You are listening to Retire Texas Style, the podcast. We appreciate you joining us. And really, the name says it all. We want you to retire bigger and better than everybody else out there. And, of course, if you're looking to work with Steve or Derrick, guys, your offices are literally all across the state of Texas, right?
Absolutely, they are, Jess. We got started in Amarillo, Texas, but we have offices in Midland, Odessa, Lubbock, Amarillo, Dallas, Fort Worth, and Austin, Texas, and, meeting with people in Pflugerville all the way out to Round Rock, just kind of wherever we need to. I really think we're making a pivotal difference in people's financial future. That's what it's about.
Absolutely. And for some reason, you are maybe a little further from some of those office locations, or maybe it's just easier if you do a quick phone call or even a Zoom meeting. That's always an option as well. We'd like to make it easy and convenient for you. Most importantly, just want to make sure that you are prepared for retirement. Now, listen to this. This is the story of a guy named Charles Feeney. He became a multi-billionaire back in the 1980s, and after taking stock of all of his riches and luxury homes, he decided to give nearly all of it away, saying it's a lot more fun to give while you're alive. He recently just passed away at the age of 92, by the way. But for those who want to donate the same way that Charles did, what are some of the pros and cons?
Well, we've heard this before, right, Steve? We have several clients who they've started to transition funds to their kids and everything. And really, it's a beautiful thing, because most of them say that same kind of along those lines is, I want to see my kids enjoy the money. I don't want them to enjoy it when I'm dead, right? So we've definitely heard that a lot. And some, pros, there's definitely some tax advantages right now. Both ways. You just got to make sure that you take advantage of them and plan that out. There's limits of how much you can give per year and lifetime, but also how you inherit property. There's still some advantages to pass along property after you pass away that are quite beneficial versus giving kids rental properties and houses and everything like that. But there's also trusts. Steve, it gets pretty complicated, right?
It does. But it's interesting. I had some people come see me the other day, Derrick, and they really wanted to talk about, giving money away. But the husband said, wait a minute, Steve, we have a huge problem. If our health stays good, we're fixed for life. But if we all of a sudden have to go to a nursing home, we're done. He said, how can we fix that? And I was like, what do you mean? And we started talking about it. And I said, I have the strategy for you. We do a strategy that has a 25% bonus up front. So all of a sudden put $800,000 in. Day one, that benefit base is $1 million. So if you need that for income during your life, we turn income on and you and your wife can't outlive it. But if you don't need it for income, say you need it for nursing home, then that income doubles. But the exciting part, if you never need that income, if you never need it for nursing home, all of a sudden that benefit base that rolls up at 25% becomes a death benefit to your heirs or to a charity. And it's a 5-pay. So that way you pass it to the charity or to your kids or however tax efficient. So it's a great way to say, if we don't need our money for income or nursing home, we're going to give it away in a huge way. But if we need it, it's there for us too. And I think that strategy is so appropriate for so many people that have already raised their kids and they have a lot of money, but they want to make sure they're taken care of first of all.
Yeah, well, we see that, Steve, you bring up a good point on long-term care. People with assets run into that. We see it constantly where they need, nursing home care and they're paying $80,000 to $100,000 a year. Gosh. Yeah, I don't care how big your portfolio is, that'll drain it quickly. And there's a lot of things you can do to prevent that. And like Steve said, to put aside some money for that long-term care, but you have to do it before you're in the nursing home, right? So all of those are strategies, getting rid of, proper property that the government could force you to sell before Medicaid kicks in and everything. All that stuff we see on a daily basis. And, unfortunately, sometimes we get people calling in, right, Steve? And they're like, hey, I'm probably going to go to a nursing home in 6 months and I have 4 rental properties.
What do I do?
Yeah, what do I do? And I'm like, well, You should have came and saw me a couple years ago. But there's still some things we can do and funnel money in to help you with the long-term care, but you have to do it before. I mean, that's the way it goes.
Yeah. But we have a lot of strategies out there, Derrick, that have long-term care riders that you can turn on that are really pivotal ways to pay for that. We also have another strategy that is a doubler. You turn on income that you can't outlive or you and your wife can't outlive, and all of a sudden you can't do two of the activities of daily living. That's feed yourself, transition yourself, continence, mobile. All of a sudden, that's a benefit. And I'm going to tell you, that's needed a lot in our society.
Well, you know what I like about that strategy too, Steve, is that they don't have to get a medical exam.
Exactly.
For those benefits.
None of these you have to qualify for.
Yeah, Jess, because a lot of people, once they come to us, they may be 60 or 70 years old. Have you ever looked, Jess, at long-term care insurance when you're that age?
Astronomical.
Yeah, it's unaffordable. So, but there's several other things like Steve talked about where you don't even need a medical exam. It's just a benefit to that style of product where they will do that doubler and everything to take care of your long-term care.
If you want to make sure you have income in retirement, that if you have to go to a long-term care facility, you have it. If all of a sudden you can't take care of yourself, but most of all, if you don't need any of those, you need to leave money behind. You need to call us and let us do a retirement analysis for you. Figure out where you are, where you're going. But what we've done best, Jess, over the past 34 years is making sure we've avoided so many tragedies for our clients. It's our family serving their family. So if your family needs help today, you need to pick up that phone and call us. We'll be seeing clients across Texas this week.
Thanks so much for joining us for Retire Texas Style, the podcast. Get more details on the website, retiretexasstyle.com.
Hoyle Financial is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency and does not provide legal or tax advice. Please consult with your attorney, accountant, and/or tax advisor for advice concerning your particular circumstances. Annuity guarantees rely solely on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Bonus annuities may include higher surrender charges, longer surrender charge periods, lower caps, higher spreads, or other restrictions that are not included in similar annuities that do not offer a premium bonus feature. Read your contract for restrictions, limitations, or penalties. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance and annuity products offered through Hoyle Financial Group, Texas Insurance Licensed 1719183.